we have a right to media.
Last year, the legislature passed a series of strict new rules on social media use. Now, in the face of lawsuits, they're rewriting all of them.
The state of Utah does have a compelling interest to protect kids.
I'm Ben Winslow on the Hill. These bills were just introduced in the Utah State Legislature, but they may not end the lawsuits against the state.
I use social media to share free clinic days and free financing classes and resources that are out there.
Luann Cooper is a former member of a polygamous group, and she now works with others leaving polygamous communities. She's also among a group of people suing the state over its new social media regulations, demanding age verification and parental consent.
If polygamists have to have ID to be able to access their social media, some of them don't have that, and some of them don't have access to that. They won't have the ability to reach out for help. So this law is essentially aiding and abetting polygamous groups in keeping their women and children in confinement.
Utah's laws are the subject of a pair of lawsuits alleging the strict regulations violate free speech and other constitutional rights. Lawmakers passed them to combat what they say are harms to children from addictive algorithms that create mental health issues. But now,
the current lawsuits that have been filed against the state are likely moot.
Lawmakers are introducing new bills to override the old ones.
Is that social media companies that are curating algorithms that display what content someone sees, and they're using engagement-driven design elements like push notifications, endless scrolling, autoplay features, that if they're using those types of product features and they're harming minors, then parents can sue.
Representative Jordan Tusher's bill does give social media companies what's called safe harbor from litigation.
If they limit the time that the minors are on the app for less than 3 hours, limit the time at night so they're not on there from 10:30 to 6:30 in the morning, get their parents' permission, disable any of those engagement-driven design elements, and will display things in chronological order.
Senator Mike McKell's bill still requires age verification, but kids no longer need parental permission just to open an account.
We're going to have some tools that are just a little bit different. A minor account will look different than an account for somebody like you, an adult.
There's also a legislative interest in protecting children's privacy written into the bill. But will all Utahns still need to upload an ID to a social media platform like the old law says?
Certainly, you're not going to need to load up a government ID. There are a lot of vendors that do it in a lot of different ways.
NetChoice, a coalition of tech companies, told Fox 13 News this in response to the new bills. Unconstitutional laws help no one. Despite going back to the drawing board, Utah is still not on the right side of the Constitution. The bills will begin making their way through the legislative process, and the lawsuits, they're ongoing in the courts. On the Hill, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.